You can restrict the resizing in terms of the size and boundary using different options. So the options we are going to discuss in this lecture are min height, max height, min width, max width and containment. As the name suggests, min height and max height allow you to restrict the height of the resizable area. By setting the min height and max height values, the resizable will be allowed to resize to that specified height. That is, min height is for the allowed minimum height and max height is for the allowed maximum height. Similarly, min width and max width can be used to restrict the width of the resizable. Min width is to set the minimum width and max width is to set the maximum width. And if you want to restrict the boundary of the resizable, you can use the containment option. So here I have added a main div element and one child div element and one child paragraph element, and I have made both these resizable. So as of now, you can increase the width or height as you want. There is no limit for the width, as you see. There is no limit for the height, as you see here. And also there is no limit for the boundary area because it is going beyond the main parent element. So we are going to see different options to restrict the size and boundary of the resizable. Okay. So first let us see the min height and max height. So now you can reduce the width up to this much and even the height up to this much. So first let us try to constrain the height for this particular element. So what are the two options you need to use? They are min height and max height. So for the first one, this is box 1. Let me set the min height and max height. So as of now, the height and width are 200 px for both the box 1, that is the div element, and also for the box 2, that is the paragraph element. So for the box 1, let me set the min height. Here h needs to be in capital to 20. You need not specify the value within double quotes. You just have to enter the number in pixels. And let me set the max height to be, say, 300. So here I am constraining the height of the resizable. So let me refresh. As of now, this is the height. Let me try to increase the height. See, I am not able to go beyond this height because now it became 300 px. And suppose I try to reduce the height. See, it cannot go beyond this because we have specified min height to be 20. Let me set it to 50 and see what is the difference. Refresh. Let me try to increase. It is still at this point because the maximum height is 300. Let me try to reduce it and it stops at this point because the minimum height we have set as 50. But in this one we can increase the width and also reduce the width as much as we want, as we haven't set values for min width and max width options. Next, for this one, let us try to set values for all the 4 options, that is min height, max height, min width and max width. Okay, so let me copy this and set this here and see. Let me try to reduce. Okay, now the height can be reduced up to this. So I want the height to be stopped at this point. Okay, so we need to increase the value of min height, isn't it? As of now it is 50, so it can go even up to this point. So I think we can have the min height around 150 and see. Let's make min height to be 150 and see it. Refresh. Let me try to reduce. See, it stops here. Okay, so let me try to make it 140 and see. Refresh. Let me try to reduce. See, now the whole text is visible and we have set the minimum height accordingly. Now let me try to set min width and max width for this paragraph because we can now go like this, which makes the content overflow, isn't it? So let me try to set values for min width and max width options. So let me put a comma here and set min width to be, say, 150 and max width to be say 200. Okay, as of now it is 200 itself, so let me change it to 220 and see, refresh. Let me reduce the height. Let me increase the height. It is only allowed up to this point. Let me reduce the width. See, this is the allowed point, that is 150, and let me try to increase the width. See, it is only allowed up to this. So here we have seen how we can restrict the size of the resizable using min height, min width, max height and max width options. Similarly, if you want to restrict the boundary, what you can do is you can use the containment option. So I have added both these elements within a main div element, and to see the containment we need to remove max value, right? Otherwise what will happen, we cannot increase the height more than 300 px. So let me remove this and add the option containment. This is the name of the option, and we need to set the containment as hash main because its ID is main. So hash main. What will happen now? This box 1 will not be allowed to resize beyond the boundaries of the main parent element. So refresh. Let me try to increase. See, here it is stopped, and let me try to increase the width. See, here it is stopped. It is going a bit beyond the boundary. I think it is because the margin value I have set. Let me remove the margin and try. Save. Refresh. Let me try to increase the width. See, it stops here. Let me try to increase the height. See, it stops here. That is, this box is not allowed to resize beyond the boundaries of the parent element that we have set using containment option. So the containment option can be used to restrict the boundary, and the min width, min height, max height and max width options can be used to restrict the size of the resizable. So these are the 5 options we have discussed in this lecture.